Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening. Good morning. And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys all doing well out there. Yes, it's a late show, and we gonna do it. We just gonna do what it do. But I could not go the night without giving you guys this information. Some things have dropped revolving around the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, even T-Swizzle. Taylor Swift now is in this mug. It's insane. There have been new things that have just dropped, and I feel obligated to share it with you guys to talk about this. We have got to get into this conversation. Yes, it's a late show, but hey, you know, I was taking care of a few things, living my life. This dropped when I didn't expect it to happen. You know, that's how it is when they just drop bombshells like this. And so I'm like, hey, I'm going to get back home, and I'm going to give you guys the info right now. So we're going to get into this. So do me a favor, hit that like button down below, crush it, do what it do. That'd be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to do that. Also, don't forget to hit and crush that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Crush it, crush it, crush it. All right, don't forget to hit that follow button if you're watching on these other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Go over to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips on YouTube, and crush that subscribe button over there as well. That would really mean the world to me. Let's not forget to do that. Also, hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. And of course, check out PascalMerch.com. I know some of you guys have been talking about this hoodie. This isn't even out yet. This isn't even on the store yet. But if you guys like it, I might put it up there on the store for you guys to buy. But these are all custom made. Just don't forget. These are all handcrafted, custom made hoodies from yours truly right here. Okay? So check it out, PascalMerch.com. Anyway, we got to get into some conversations. Okay? Now, here's the thing. And for all my insomniacs out there, shout out to all my insomniacs. Real talk. Shout out to all y'all, because I know a lot of us are, you know, not at me, but, you know, I'm tired. I could probably sleep on this microphone right now like this, you know, just gone, right? But I'm here because we need to talk about this, and some stuff is going on. And of course, I could not go to bed. I literally was like, I got to do this. I got to react to this. We have got to talk about this. We need to look at this as a family and discuss this. And there's a lot of information here that I think a lot of us are very interested in this. Okay. So again, don't forget to show the love. Okay. Miss Ace, what's up? Thank you so much for being a member for the past 26 months. Woo! Over 2 years. She says, hi, everybody. Hey, Miss Ace. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much. Okay. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming in and watching the show at this time of night. But yeah, like I said, I could not go in here without talking about this. Dom S, this stuff is crazy. Damn. This is just crazy damn celebrities. Yeah. Like we're going to talk about it because like I said, this is, I feel, reveals so much, y'all. I really believe that this reveals a crap ton revolving around this whole thing. Revolving around this situation with Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I think that this is very revealing. Okay, so here's the thing. First and foremost, all right, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively have been going at it. All right, legally speaking. Both of them are trying to just drag each other through the coals. It's been pretty bad. Let's just be completely real. There's been a lot of things that have been developing as of late revolving around what Justin Baldoni's been putting out here, exposing that he's like, hey, I'm just a nice guy, y'all. I'm a nice guy. I did everything I could. I played the nice guy role the entire time while I was making this movie with this woman. And all she's been trying to do is make me look like I'm an absolute jerk off. Right? It's been very, very interesting, everything that's been revolving around this. But then he put out some video dailies showing, hey, you see a professional environment. I'm talking to her. I'm being kind to her. I'm not doing anything weird. I'm not putting my hands in places that shouldn't be at, etc. We're talking about each other's spouses while we're filming and all that. And I've even said myself, yes, that is some very revealing footage, but that's only showing one moment in time in one moment in one day of a multitude of weeks of making this movie. And let's not forget, as soon as Justin Baldoni signed on to this movie, Blake Lively, and the rest of the cast, they're still going through things before they actually go into production. They do a whole lot of pre-production crap. And if Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively were working together throughout the entire thing, okay, then it's very easy for us to assume that there was at least a couple weeks of pre-production, prepping for the production before they actually did go into picture, before they went into picture up and start making the doggone movie. So they're working with each other for a while, maybe even years, sprinkled throughout years before they actually get picture up, lights, camera, action, and start making the movie. Okay? So they could be working with each other for a long time. Okay? And again, to me, this could be very, very, very revealing, this information, the dailies. But again, like I said, a long time of them working together does not mean that everything, their whole relationship, their whole interaction is captured in one day of dailies that was exposed out here. I'm just being real. There could have been a lot of other things that happened when things weren't being recorded. Let's be real. Let's not forget that. But I will say that. So I will say, though, the dailies are very revealing to a certain extent. Now we got some new stuff. And this stuff, in my personal opinion, is very revealing. But I also have a little bit of pushback on this as well. Now, here's the thing. First off, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and all that stuff. But this voicemail that he sent to her says something. It's without a shadow of a doubt saying something for sure. So, to me, it seems like he's walking on eggshells and literally groveling at one point to try to make things cool with his co-creator, with Blake Lively. And in fact, everybody else that might be on Team Lively, Team Blake, basically saying like, you need to listen to what she's doing. Her work on this script is amazing, so on and so on. You can tell he's doing everything he can to make it cool in this voicemail. Okay? It's very revealing. But we're going to get into that voicemail here in just a minute. But let's take a look at this briefly, okay? So he releases a 2 a.m. voice note that he sent to Blake. And in that voice note, yes, you can basically say he's going, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, okay? He's saying, please forgive me. My bad. Let's work it out. Let's get this going. Let's make this money. Let's make this art so we can make this money, right? Very interesting. So Justin Baldoni is following through on his vow to release all communications with Blake Lively, revealing a nearly 7-minute apology. It's about 6.5 minutes long, real talk, okay? Nearly 7-minute apology he sent to her at 2 a.m. while they were working on the It Ends With Us script. Justin's voice note was clearly recorded shortly after the co-stars' now infamous meeting to discuss the movie's rooftop scene, which Blake had rewritten, and he's apologizing for his less than warm reaction to the changes. saying, I'm really sorry. I effed up. I will admit and apologize when I fail. I'm a very flawed man, as my wife will attest. He continued, I'm going to piss you off. I'm going to piss you off probably, but I will always apologize and find my way back to center. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I will for sure do better. Now, to me, that sounds like a guy who's going, hey, my bad. This was not a good move. I screwed up and I'm a man. I'm an adult. I will take full accountability for my actions or how I reacted to you rewriting the scene. I am really sorry that my reaction was so visceral, right? So harsh, maybe so curt. We don't know. See, that's the problem. We don't know how he really responded. And here's the other thing too. He may have been like, well, I don't really agree. I don't know how I feel about this script. He may have said it just like that. He may not have been a complete a-hole. He may have been completely kind when he turned to him and said, when he turned to her, I'm sorry, and said, I'm not feeling this new rewrite. I don't think that he would say that. I don't think your character would say this either. So I don't agree with that. There's a possibility that he was completely nice. But because he knows where he's at in the totem pole of celebrity in this movie, he knows that he has to do everything he can to abide by the bigger name in the movie. And that bigger name is Miss Ryan Reynolds. Sorry, Blake Lively. Think about that. As soon as she goes, okay, yeah, we wrote a new scene. Here it is. And he's like, okay, let me take a look. Okay. Okay, so what do you think? I don't really agree with, I don't think my character would say that. I don't think he would say that. Okay. So on and so on, right? He could have just said it kindly. He could have. And then she reacted. Well, I have writers, I have in my contract that I'm supposed to be a writer on this script too. Well, yeah, no, that's fine. But can we talk about this? Can we work it out? No, I want it to be this way. This is the best way. I even got Ryan Reynolds and I got my friend T Swizzle, Taylor Swift, coming in and speaking on my behalf, saying that the script is dope and that you should be cool with this rooftop scene. Well, I'm not feeling it. I just don't. Can we find a different way? You know what I mean? He could have said it so many different ways. He could have said it the nicest way possible, or he could have been an absolute blunt, curt a-hole. He still called her the next day or that night or after a couple days and said, hey, I am really, really sorry. My bad. I'll take the L. Okay? I'll take the L. I am working your script, your version of the rooftop into the script right now. I'm willing to do everything I can to make things cool between you, between you and me. Because he wants the star of the movie, Miss Ryan Reynolds. He wants the star of the movie to be happy. Because for a fact, if he burns that bridge, he can be in a whole lot of trouble. But guess what happened? He still got in a whole buttload of trouble. Did he not? Think about it. He got in a whole bunch of problems. Didn't even work. This supposed voicemail. And even the voicemail is questionable. I'm going to be real. If I heard that, man, if I was Ryan Reynolds, I'd be like, oh, this sounds steamy. This sounds kind of sultry. Okay? But yeah, he's apologizing. I appreciate the apology, I guess, but yeah, I guess he's apologizing. Now, a lot of people are wondering what this is all about. What is he talking about? Which we are going to get into the voicemail, I promise. But first things first, we got to do a little bit of backstory on the voicemail and why the voicemail even was created. Again, we don't know what happened before the voicemail was made. As far as like, is this the part where Ryan Reynolds came in and was, berating Justin Baldoni? Or was it just a regular casual conversation that he was having with Blake Lively, and she took offense to his critique of her rewriting the script? God only knows, right? But one thing we do know is that there were text messages that were sent before this voicemail was sent out. So let's take a look at this too. All right. We haven't looked through this at all. I know a lot of people have talked about this in the lawsuits because this stuff was in the lawsuits, this text message exchange. Okay. But this, just so you know, is before the voicemail was dropped. Okay. So Blake Lively sent this to Justin. All right. So as for blank and Ryan and blank for that matter, and I'm assuming one of those names in here is Taylor Swift's name. So I'm assuming it's Taylor in here. As for Taylor and Ryan and this other person for that matter, I'm the luckiest mother effer on the planet to have them as my dance moms level stage moms. They are embarrassingly effusive. That said, they're also the most trusted partners and the people I go to first with anything creative I touch. And I'm the person they each go to first. That reciprocal creativity and support has been one of my life's greatest and most fulfilling gifts. When they loved and signed off on the pages, I felt good to send them to you. They asked what you thought specifically after. They checked in so many times. I told them that you laughed a bunch and said it's probably a blend, but you appreciate my passion so much. So from what I'm getting is he's sitting there going like, hey, there's a couple things that I like and there's a couple things I don't like. And maybe we can blend. We can put this together. We can make this happen. Okay. Maybe he chuckled at some things because there was something funny. I don't know. Right. Maybe the interaction in the script, maybe there was some comedy in there. I don't know. Right. But to me, it sounds like he's like, hey, we can work this out. We can make this work. Okay. Let's just try to make this work. Sounds like that to me. But let me continue. Which, of course, didn't feel great for me or them to have my passion be praised instead of any specific contribution, or even just that you didn't like the pages, which was fine also, which apparently clearly was not okay. Let's not forget that. All right. So, which of course didn't feel great for me or them to have my passion be praised instead of any specific contribution. So in other words, he's like, she feels like he walked over to her and pat her on the head like, oh, you tried. Oh, look, you trying to be a writer. Oh, I appreciate you though. You tried. You tried that, girl. You tried that though. Yeah, good on you though. Keep writing. Keep shooting for the stars. Everybody got to have a dream. So that's what it seems like. Instead of her going like, I want you to use some of this. Not just pat me on the head and say, I appreciate your love of writing, right? And of course, let's not forget, you also have Ryan Reynolds as a husband. You also have Taylor Swizzle, Taylor Swift as a friend, as a close friend. They are two very talented individuals. Let's be real, they are, okay? They're very successful in their talent. So again, something like this, I could see her feeling like, I don't want to just be a pretty face. I want to contribute. I want to be more than just Blake Lively, the actress. I want to be more. So interesting, right? So continuing on, So I think they wanted you and me to see how they felt about the work because they've been on my side for far too many experiences where I have been overlooked. I spoke to you about this when we first met. They've watched me handwrite scripts because the director is too afraid to send the FDX file, yet he scans and he has someone hand type all 120 pages of my pencil rewrites. Really? That's interesting. They've watched me be hired as a writer and paid as a significant fee for it, but on the condition that I never ask for credit, which I could give an ish about. No, you do give a damn about that. Clearly, there wouldn't be such a problem right now, would there? It's more the principle of the dynamics at play. They've watched the other side of it too, where I'm told at signing, I'm told at signing on that I'm wanted as a true collaborator. But once we get to work, I'm really just wanted as a yes man, audience and actor. Both, both Ryan and I'm assuming Taylor have established themselves as absolute titans as writers and storytellers outside of their primary gig, just singing or just acting or Ryan just directing. I'm so lucky to have them as creative barometers, but also to have them as the people who prop me up and make sure I'm seen for all I can and do offer, because they know firsthand all I contribute. They also know I'm not always as good at making sure I'm seen and utilized for fear of threatening egos or fear of affecting the ease of the process. They don't give a ish about that. And because of that, everyone listens to them with immense respect and enthusiasm. So I guess I have to stop worrying about people liking me. Now, what's interesting about this is just part one, because there's more to this. We're going to look at that in a second. To me, this tells me that this woman, okay, that this woman is really wanting to be at the same level as her husband and best friend. She sees Ryan doing his own thing. You see Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool and Wolverine, whatever it's called, being a huge success. You know for a fact that is Ryan Reynolds written all over it. Okay, he had all kinds of creative control over the movie, and of course, that movie became a huge, massive success. But before that, he was also able to write and direct or get involved in the creative process of the movies that he was doing as well. So you see that. And she's on the sidelines and she's like, I don't want to just be a good looking face. I have more to offer. Then you look at her friend Taylor Swift, who is, of course, selling out shows, a multi-billionaire in her own right for playing music about ex-boyfriends. I'm sorry, but it's true. Okay? Just saying. All right? But she's made a lot of money off of past relationships, and it works. People still go and buy that stuff. Shake it off all day long, right? People go crazy over that stuff. So she's looking at both of these people that get to have control over their careers, over the creative process. And she's like, I just want to get a shot at the ring too. I could have been a contender, dagnabbit, but no one gives me that shot. Or they let me write certain things, but I'm not allowed to have writer's cred in the movies that I'm involved in. This is trash. And this is what she's feeling like. So when she gives a script over to him, basically saying, hey, I did a little bit of revision on this particular scene because I think it could be better this way. And he reacts in a certain way that got her in her fee-fees. Big time. To the point where she's like, hey, I have a brain too. I'm creative too, dagnabbit. And now you're being disrespectful because you're not even willing to add this into the script. And now I got a problem with it. That's basically what's going on here. I need to be respected and seen as more than just an actor. I am more than that. And that's what she's saying here. And of course, you know for a fact, Ryan Reynolds is probably in there too going, she is more than that as well, right? And maybe that's why there was berating as well. But let's continue on. This is the second piece. She says, if you send me the FDX, which is basically like a format of the script, I'll work when I can steal moments. And yes, of course, please send to Christy. Don't know who that is. We're all on the same team with the same goal. So he responds, great. Also was working on rooftop scene today. I really love what you did. It really does help a lot. Makes it so much more fun and interesting. And I would have felt that way without Ryan and Taylor. In other words, Ryan and Taylor were all up in their business, all up in his business going, look, the script is awesome. Don't you agree? You really are a talent across the board. Really excited and grateful to do this together. Seems pretty winky emoji though, but still seems like he's on the same page with her going, hey, let's win. I can't wait to work with you. Don't want anything going bad. Okay. Let's just be real. I want things to go well. That's very appreciated, she says. And it means a lot. I'm deeply inspired by the film we're going to make outside of the success of this book. We have such an opportunity to not only surprise people who love the book, but reach an even bigger audience by making an undeniably dynamic and also commercial film. What is she basically saying here? I am trying to get myself to be more of a household name. And the only way we can do that is fixing this script and making it more commercial so more people want to go and see this movie. So let's change and flip the script a little bit so it's a little bit more appealing to a broader audience. She even says it, and reach a bigger audience by making an undeniably dynamic and also commercial film. She wants this to be out there. She doesn't want this to go straight to streaming. She wants this to win. And of course, every filmmaker wants that same thing. Let's be real. They're all after the monies. Okay? It's a business. This is not just for the art. It's also a business. The moment that excited me most the other day was when you said, you're not funny. You are going to kill that rooftop scene. You know it, I'm sure. Even though it said in a playful self-deprecation that we all participate in, it made me think of the process as a whole. Please know, I trust that on the day you've got me. Oh, wait. Please know, I trust that on the day you've got me. And I hope that you can trust. I hope that you trust that I've got you if you want it. We're in this together. And we are two of the most determined people I know. We also have very high bars set for ourselves. To collaborate with that type of partner is a gift that neither of us will squander, because we both care too much about the result and also the experience. I have no motives except for you to win. As a director, as an actor, as a studio, as a writer. If you win, I win. If you win, our movie wins. We are aligned, and I will bring everything I have to this. Okay. Now, to me, like I said, it seems a lot like she's feeling that she wants to have more creative control. She wants to have more say in what's being put out here. She wants to be a collaborative part of this whole thing. But I also see somebody who is also focused on trying to be more than just an actress. That she's like, hey, I've been in this business for way too long. I'm not getting the respect and the acknowledgement of my hard work. And I'm a lot more creative than meets the eye, or that they're allowing for people to see me as. You know, it's kind of like she sees Ryan Reynolds doing his thing. And Ryan Reynolds is great with his shtick. Let's be real. He has a shtick. It works. Okay. People love it. I love his stuff. I think he's got great movies. Not all of them, but he's got some really great movies, right? The last Deadpool movie I thought was fantastic. But imagine having a husband or a spouse that is clearly light years more successful and is able to do whatever they want. Okay, yeah, I want to change Deadpool. The first movie was cool, but I want to fix things. I want to make it better. I want to bring out myself through the Deadpool character. And I want creative control. So what happens? The director of that movie steps aside or gets fired, whatever, steps away, and he's able to take full control, creative control over Deadpool. And it seems to be working now. They figured it out. The third one was really fantastic, right? In my personal opinion. I know some people don't like it, but I thought it was really, really good. So she's around that. She's seeing people like, oh, you know, he's so funny and you can, yeah, here you go, Ryan. Here's the script, but, you know, we'll let you have more creative control over this particular script. We already know you're going to make it funny. We already know you're going to make it great. And I'm sure there's other movies where he's had more creative control as well out there on other projects outside of Deadpool. She's seeing that, guys, every day. So she's probably losing her doggone mind over that, right? But at the same time, that still does not mean that you treat your co-creator, your co-worker, your partner in this movie like absolute trash. You just don't, guys. You just don't. That's not how you get things done. Period, point blank. Now, of course, we're going to be getting into the voicemail here in just a minute. But like I said, seeing that those text messages, you get more insight because, again, to me, this feels like it's more now. It feels like it's more than just a SH type of situation. I don't know how it spun into SH. I really don't know. But it sounds like there's a lot more issues with creative control than SH. But we're going to get to it. Justice for Crystal. Thank you so much or Jana. Thank you so much for the love. Please look up the Crystal McCroy Jones case and share her story on all platforms. I'm her sister. I will look into it. Okay. For sure. Thank you so much for letting me know about it. Okay. And, I don't know the story, but hopefully, you know, I'm praying for you and your family. Okay. I'm going to have to look it up. Okay. But Soon said something I saw. Colleen had a morality clause in her contract with Justin and Wayfair. She could buy back the rights to It Ends With Us if there was SH. Coincidence? You know, I don't know about all that. Right. I don't know about all that as far as the writer of the actual author of the book and all that. I don't know. And if that's the case, that's some wild stuff. And then, of course, that opens up a whole can of worms as far as conspiracies and whatnot. But I'm not going down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole tonight. OK, you know, obviously, this saga is continuing on and it's still not done. We will be talking about more of this in the near future. So maybe that will be a piece that will be addressed here in the near future. But from my understanding, even the author of the book shut down their social medias. They're just completely like, yo, I'm out. My name's Bennett and I ain't in it. I'm out. Right. So again, we're going to have to see. Okay. We're going to have to see what happens here. All right. But let's get into this voicemail because I know it's something that you guys all have been waiting for. Okay. And yes, I do have merch. Go to pascalmerch.com. Go check it out. There's all kinds of little sales going on and stuff like that. You know, certain percentages off at X, Y, and Z. So go check it out. Okay. pascalmerch.com. Okay. You can find a lot of that stuff, a lot of stuff like this over there. All right, pascalmerch.com. Thanks for asking. Okay, but let's take a listen to this again. It's very interesting. Then it's a 2 a.m. voice memo that he sent to her. I know a lot of people like it sounds so sultry. It does a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel that he's trying to level with her. And maybe this is a last ditch, desperate act on trying to reach out to her and trying to be like, listen, we need to talk. And we need to get this thing figured out before this goes bad. But then again, let's play the voicemail and you guys be the judge.
Hey, Blake. It is 2 a.m. Hopefully this does not wake you up. Whew. Wow. There's so much I want to say to you, and I hope that we can FaceTime or see each other in person soon and get to talk more. But I'm just going to send you a few thoughts, and hopefully it's not going to be more than a few minutes. But I don't have the best track record. I don't think either one of us have the best track record for our voice memos. I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank, and I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short, and you worked really hard on that, and the way you framed it, and how that made you feel. I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability, and I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel and share that with me. And I'm really sorry. I f***ed up. That is a fail on my part. One thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. I'm a very flawed man, as my wife will attest. And and I'm going to f*** up. I'm going to say the wrong thing. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. I'm going to piss you off probably, but I will always apologize.
Now, first off, of course, I got to cut in and out of here, okay? But here it is. Regardless the tone of his voice, there's a couple factors you got to think about okay? From my understanding, he's married and he has kids. What if he's home and he's trying to stay quiet while the kids are asleep down the hallway? It's 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm sure he's trying to do everything he can to try to stay quiet. He's still trying to be inviting. And he's also trying to basically say, hey, I'm sorry. Really, I'm taking full accountability. I'm going to be an adult. I'll take full accountability. I understand that I upset you. I did not mean to do that. Let's get this right. Okay? So, again, if she sent those text messages that night and he's responding via voicemail, he could very well be like, hey, I can't do these long Moby Dick long text messages, novel long text messages with you. Let me just do this voice memo really quick so you hear from my own voice how apologetic I am and how willing I am to collaborate with you and how I hear you 110%. I hear you. I'm sorry I upset you. That is not my intention. I can be a little bit stubborn. I can be tough sometimes, but understand that I'm always listening. And I will take full accountability when I screw up. I screwed up this time. I upset you. My apology. And of course, it's in a voice memo. It's 2:00 in the morning. His wife is probably down the hallway. His kids are probably asleep down the hallway as well. He's probably trying to just keep things quiet. All right. And I know everybody's listening to his voice being like, ooh, it's gooey. It's giving, as some of y'all will say. Let me just say this. To me, it sounds like he's just trying to be quiet, but he's also trying to be inviting. Like, hey, I'm inviting you for a collaborative effort, a collaborative connection here, a partnership. Let's just do that, right? That's how I see it. Okay? That's literally how I see it. Now, I could be wrong. But at the same time, that's what I'm hearing from him. Most importantly, it's about what he's saying here. And what he's saying is, lo siento, let's move on. Okay? So let's continue. And he also dropped his wife in there. My wife will attest that I can be a jerk sometimes. And I can be bullheaded. I'm sorry. I will try to be better. Let's continue.
And find my way back to center. That is one thing I can assure you of. And I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. And I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend. And
listen, see what I'm saying? He's like, yo, my bad. I can be an a-hole. I'm sorry. Come on. I had a moment of weakness. But we're all adults here. This is business. Let's move on.
And I should have given it more time. And damn right, you got great friends if that's how you felt and they knew that. And we should all have friends like that. Aside from the fact that they're two of the most creative people on the planet. The three of you guys together is unbelievable.
Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift. That's who he's referring to. Okay. And Elise, you a little late to the party. It's all good. He is apologizing in this voicemail. He's apologizing to Blake Lively. They had an argument over the script. They had they were button heads. And now he is basically saying, hey, he's taking full accountability and he's just apologizing to her. All right, let's continue on.
Talk about energy and just to force all three of you. But I just wanted you to know that I didn't need that because it's really good and it's going to make the movie sing like you said. And I'm excited to go through the whole movie with you.
Now, let me just say this. I'm sorry, we're breaking it up. I don't care. Let me cook. I got to say this. I truly believe that he's just caving right now. Yeah. I think he's caving right there. Let's not forget, this is Mrs. Reynolds. I repeat, this is Mrs. Reynolds and also Taylor Swift's best friend. Think about that for a second. Instantly, because what happened over the weekend? He didn't sound like he wanted to, it sounded like he wasn't really feeling the script, the new rewrite. Then now he's like, oh yeah, now that I've had time to think about it, you know what? You're right. No, it's great. We're going to add it into the script. We got it. It's going to work out. It's going to be so dope. You know what I mean? Especially when you got Taylor Swift and, you got Ryan on your side. What a great collaborative group of people all in the same room. Yeah, no, the script is great. And I can't wait to make this film with you with that scene that you just wrote. That's literally what it sounds like to me. That he's caving. That he's going, hey, I'm going to do everything I can to walk on eggshells to make things cool with you because you are Ryan Reynolds' wife. And if I screw this up, I could very well be blacklisted in Hollywood if I screw over Mrs. Reynolds. No, I'm going to do everything I can to make it work. So, oh my God, the script is amazing. It's chef kiss. Oh my gosh, how could I never thought of it that way. You're brilliant. That's what it seems like to me. This man is trying to save his job. And for a fact, if it's like Blake Lively is like, I'm never going to work with that man again. You don't think other people are going to talk? You don't think Taylor Swift going to talk? You don't think Ryan Reynolds is going to talk out here in these Hollywood streets? Man, I'm just saying. Hold on. We're going to continue on. Hector, thank you so much for the love. Have you seen Candace Owens' takes on this? She's on it too. Great info. Yeah, we've seen some of it. Not all of it. We haven't. Maybe tomorrow. We're gonna go through all of the Candace Owens stuff. I mean, like I said, Candace Owens is Candace Owens, okay? But I am interested to see what she has to say. And we will be looking at those most likely tomorrow. But I wanted something more solid today. And then this dropped. And I was like, yay, we're going to talk about this tonight because this is evidence. And I really believe that Baldoni and his team put this out clearly they put this out for a very specific reason. This man is groveling right now. He is fighting for his meal ticket. Remember that. If he is known as a person who is difficult to work with in Hollywood, no one will work with him. No one. So again, he's doing everything he can to right this ship back due north, back towards its true north with Blake Lively so that he can continue his career. He's like, okay, I only got to do a couple weeks with her. I only got to do a month and a half to do this freaking movie. We're just going to grit our teeth. We're going to man up and we're going to do this mother-loving movie and just nod your head when she wants to do something different. Just go, okay, and keep it moving. As long as it doesn't completely take us off course from the integrity of the actual book, I'm just gonna nod my head because this is Mrs. Reynolds. Definitely don't want to mess up. The A-listers mess with the A-lister's wife. Hail to the nah. I think he's smart. I really do think. I don't think he's that idiotic that he would go out here and do something so bad that would destroy not only his career, but his relationship with his wife, his marriage, ruin his relationship with his kids. Nah, I just don't see it now more than ever. This man is groveling. I really don't think this man was going up to her and trying to be all SH at all. I don't see it. Not when I hear this. But like I said, this is only just one voicemail. It's only just one, but there's going to be more coming. That's what we're hearing. And you're going to hear it in just a second, right here in a little bit.
I think you and I have been trying to build a relationship, which I think we've done successfully. I mean, here we are talking like this, me into my phone at 2 a.m, but largely via text and voice note. And I will be honest with you, that is not my biggest strength. I love being with people and being in somebody's space and being face to face, and I feel like that's where I excel. And definitely fallen short at times in our text and voice note exchanges because there's so much to communicate and there's so much happening. And all that to say, I'm just really looking forward to spending time together.
Okay. I'm going to be real. This is a guy thing. I'm going to say right now, I'm sorry. Okay. This is a guy thing. Let me just keep it a bean. Guys aren't really great at sending out super long text messages. Y'all ladies are really good at that ish. All right. Y'all can, like, you saw her text messages. They're like, it's like you're reading a Stephen King novel, for crying out loud, in one text. It's like, because of this and this and this and 7 years ago. You know what I mean? Guys are like, yeah, yep, see you there, on my way. What did you need? You said milk? Okay, cool. That's what us dudes do. Okay, we don't do all this stuff. We don't. Okay, we're terrible at the text message thing. We're terrible at it. That's why you see a lot of guys do the voice memo thing or call you on the phone. Call you on the phone. Call, because that's what a phone is for. You put your face up to it and you talk into it, and then somebody on the other side, weird hoodoo voodoo technology connects you through with voices, and you can have conversations instead of just random text messages. Where you at? Can I come? Can I pull through? Send. We don't really, you know what I'm saying? Just saying. So the same thing with this here. He's like, hey, I'm really bad at that. I'm really bad at like these long text messages. So, I'm trying to be better. It's like he's in a damn relationship with this woman and he's not even in a relationship with her. Again, trying to do everything he can to level with her and try to get her on the same page with him. But let's be real. Fellas, we suck at the text message game. Especially when you in a fight with your girl. Oh my God. Because you know for a fact those text messages, and then this, and you said you're going to do this, and it's a lot, like it's literally fingers scrolling long, okay? And she says send. And what do we say? Okay. And we send, and they go nuclear. Okay? Why? Why okay? That's how you're going to respond to everything I just said? Can we just talk on the phone, man? Can we argue on the phone instead of arguing via text message, man? I got things to do and I just text okay and my fingers are already tired, baby. Can I just call you? The difference between cats and dogs, guys. The difference between cats and mother-loving dogs. Let's continue.
And I think that's going to really go a long way for our chemistry, which I believe is there and has been there from the start. So I was so damn excited when you wanted to do this film. I felt it in the room when we met. And yeah, I think it does come from the both of us being so fucking hardworking and having a vision and not settling. And I'm excited to have a creative partner in that with you. And it's just really exciting. There's so much more to say. There's so much I want to say. And there's one thing that I do need to say, which is I am so sorry you have been through what you've been through with these other filmmakers and producers or whoever the people were that you worked with.
See that? Another level of groveling. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to be rude to him. I'm not even trying to be rude to Blake. Okay. I'm just saying now it went from, I'm trying to work this out. My bad. I'm so sorry. Then it went down a peg. You're absolutely right. Everything you say is right. What you wrote was fantastic. We're going to work it out. Oh, but my bad. Oh, now I understand what you said. I'm completely with you. Another peg. Now that you said all that, I truly understand where you're coming from as a woman. I just want you to know that I feel for you and I'm sorry. You see what I'm saying? It's just one down peg, another peg, another peg, another peg. Because he is just literally groveling through this whole thing. Please let me have my job. Please let me keep my job. This is really important. I love my job and I don't want to lose this job. He is kissing her sweet, sweet boo-hootie. That's what he's doing right now. Okay. Sage Warrior said exactly. The poor guy wants the text to stop. He wants to go to sleep. His wife is likely pissed too. Absolutely. Poor guy feels like he got another wife. LOL. Oh my damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of text messaging either. I'm just not. Okay, guys. I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. But at the same time, it's like sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes I love it, text messaging. And sometimes I just absolutely think it's the worst thing to ever be created. That's just how I feel sometimes. That's all. But moving on. Because sometimes it's like, I just don't want to. Now I got to use my brain to think about how I'm going to respond to this text message. And I got to respond to all of the points that were said in this thick ass paragraph. I hate that stuff. I hate it. I'm sorry. I hate it. Okay. Pick up the phone. Let's just talk on the phone. That's it. But that's just me. But clearly this man is groveling. And he's on his knees going, please, oh, baby, please don't fire me. Please.
It just me off. Those heads that, I'm just still kind of blown away that this is the industry that we're in and that you've experienced that as a woman. And I know I don't need to say it, but that's not at all going to be or will be. Hopefully it's not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me like that. I get to work with Blake Lively and have her, all of her. I mean, that's what I want. And so there's been no hesitancy with me sending you the final draft file. I am totally fine with that. The only reason I didn't send it today was because I was trying to implement and add your notes into my working draft, which is already like I'm all over that draft right now. So
again, he's going, hey, I'm already putting your stuff in the script. Do you understand? We should be cool. You should be happy because all your hard work, sweetheart, all of your wonderful craftsmanship, of penmanship, all your work as a scribe is now in the script. Don't you see? That's why I didn't give you the file yet, because I'm putting your version of that scene in the script, and all your notes that you sent, I'm putting them in the script. See, I'm being collaborative. I'm being cooperative. Please love me again and let me keep my job.
There's a whole bunch of new stars that are going to be collated pages. I just haven't had a chance to send it to you, but there's no hesitancy. I'm happy to send it to you, and I'm sorry that has happened to you before, and I hope after this experience there will be a new, I don't know. I hope it'll be healing in some way, because that's all I want. I want this movie to be healing. I want this movie to be commercial, just like you, and affect people and touch people. And I want to walk you through my whole plan and the work that we're doing with the domestic violence partner that we found, No More, and just my vision. And I just know that this can be really, really special, and it's going to be special. And you're the secret sauce, and we're the secret sauce. And anyways, I have so much more to say. I'm going to stop rambling because Jesus Christ, it's been 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So me. I'm sorry. You probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob, and you're listening to me ramble at 2 a.m. I hope you're feeling better, and give Ryan my love. Thank you for sending me that. It means the world to me that you trust me with your feelings and your thoughts like that. And I can't wait to spend more time with you. Okay, I'm done cutting myself off. Good.
Okay. So he's finally done. But here's the thing. The man is clearly groveling like crazy. He's doing everything he can to maintain this job. Listen, this is a man that is pursuing and accomplishing his dreams right now. Directing movies in Hollywood, starting to make a name for himself. He was going to be co-starring in with a big name like Blake Lively in this movie, which was also off of a very popular and very successful book or series of books. So again, he's looking at this and going, oh my gosh, this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge for me and for my career and for my name. Blake Lively is already Blake Lively. Let's keep it real. She's already a name. She may not be A-list. It's not like you're going Blake Lively in, it's not like that. But she's still up there. She's still a huge name. Bigger name than his. And that's for damn sure. But you got somebody who I truly believe, from what I've gathered from this movie, from making this movie and all that, I feel like that Blake Lively, it seems as if she's been so disconnected from reality that there were certain things that I don't think that she's fully connected to. Like, I think that she's the type of person that maybe makes a joke and the joke doesn't really land, but she thinks it's hilarious. But people are looking at her going, no, sweetie. No, that wasn't funny at all. That was actually really offensive. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot that happens in the movie that was, I guess, part of her say that seems a bit disconnected. And then, of course, seeing interviews with her and all that, and how she responds, how she talks to people. It seems as if she thinks she's like a comedian, like she's really funny, but how she delivers the joke, it doesn't really land. Now, it could be something where she just doesn't know it. And because she is Blake Lively, the people around her are all yes people, and she can do no wrong. And maybe they just laugh at her jokes. But it seems as if there's such a disconnect to the real world with her because of her absolute fame and, of course, privilege. Let's be real, that maybe she doesn't, these characters that she plays, or at least in this movie, she's not really connected to that character. Like we talked about before, wearing red bottom shoes and top of the line clothing. Yes, I know that it's a movie, but I know that there's a lot of people that will watch a movie and go, wait a second, she owns a flower shop, she's a small business owner, and she is rocking Versace, the latest Versace type thing. It just doesn't make sense. So again, when you see certain things like that, right? You see certain pieces like that, it seems like, okay, she might be a little disconnected. Then you have somebody like Justin Baldoni that I feel, looking at this so far, at least with this voicemail right now, because still everything's still on the table, but this is swinging in a particular way right now in his favor. He seems to be a little bit more grounded and really wants to bring, everything forward, the themes, the vibe, etc., about this movie. And it's not about it being glamorous. It's about telling the story and bringing awareness about DB and all that. And it almost seems like, from what I've gathered so far, that he's more grounded in what he wants to, like, more closer to the actual book and what the real themes are. He seems more grounded in that than she is. But I also see that maybe there's this desperation or this desire or this need from her where she wants to be taken seriously as an actress, as a creative, that she can write scripts too, and that she's more than just a pretty face standing on a mark and reciting lines. But that's the thing, though. You got to pick and choose your battles. Pick and choose the projects that you are going to do. And if that's the situation and that's your desire, then maybe this wasn't the right project for her to get attached to. And yes, we are even hearing that stuff like she didn't read the book. He most definitely read the book. You could tell. You could definitely tell from interviews he's had and all that. You could tell he was passionate about this script, about this book, and him wanting this to be a successful movie with a message. Now, from my understanding, this isn't even his edit. This movie, the movie that has been out here, that's on Netflix right now, that's not even his edit. And I'm kind of curious to see what would be his edit. Maybe there will be at some point a Justin Baldoni edit, kind of like what they did with the what's his face, the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League, right? I'd definitely love to see that. His cut, his version, just to see if it's any different, right? But this whole thing has been very wild. I hear in this voicemail a man that is desperate to keep his job. I hear somebody who is walking on eggshells and literally basically throwing himself on the floor, knocking himself down 15,000 pegs and saying, "My bad. I'm the bad guy. I will take the L. I am so sorry. My bad. I upset you. That's the last person I need to upset. You are collaborating with me. Hey, this is all great stuff. I'm, in fact, putting it in the scripts. You see, I took the weekend to think about things, and I realized that I was wrong. Let me just write this situation by putting what you have made in the script. You rewriting the script. I'm going to put those notes, and we're going to mesh them all together. So it'll be a Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni version of the script. You happy? You happy? So we can get back to collaborating and making this movie. Now, the other thing I'm still have not gotten confirmed, and hopefully we get that confirmed here soon, is this a voicemail that was after Ryan Reynolds allegedly berated him at their home? That's one piece that still hasn't been answered yet either. What's the full timeline here? Did Ryan Reynolds berate him and then he made this voicemail, this voice memo to her? Or is this the start of it and then more ish went down and then he went to their office or to their home, and then that's when Ryan Reynolds like, listen here, buddy. You're going to talk to my wife that way? I'm going to make your life a living hell. Or whatever he said. I am kind of curious about that too. But it is interesting, guys. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Let's see. Hold on. Where are you guys? Said truth. The ending was not realistic. See, that's the other thing too. I've never read the book. Okay, I don't know what happens in the book. Maybe some of y'all have read the book and seen the movie. Maybe you guys can answer that. The ending was a little bit odd. It was for sure. And I'm not talking about the ending where she gets back with, like they're at that farmer's market and then she runs into her past love and then all of a sudden it's everything's coming up roses kind of ending, right? I'm talking about the ending between Baldoni's character and Blake Lively's character. The ending seemed very odd, that ending. And I'm not saying that that was said in that scene was bad. I just felt like, is that exactly how it ended in the book? Or did they take some liberties with the ending of that storyline? Because that was very strange. Beautiful Messy Ball said he bowed too much to her. He went beta. Oh, my damn. He kind of did. I'm sorry. He could have stopped at my bad. I'm sorry. I want to make this right. We are working together. We can work on this. I'm taking some of your notes and I'm putting it in the script. That's it. He really didn't need to go all the way. He didn't need to bend down all the way over. And he kind of did. Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry, reading your comments here. Dare to Be Different said she pitched the film as a rom-com, not a serious movie about DV. She used it as an opportunity to hawk her booze. Oh yeah, and her hair products. Shows where her priorities lie. Yeah, that's another thing that they said as well. That's one thing that people are saying as well, which is interesting because it's funny because there was another movie with her and Anna Kendrick. I forgot the name of the movie. Like A Simple Favor or something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, her husband was the guy from Crazy Rich Asians and all that stuff. And it wasn't A Simple Favor. I can't believe I remember that. But anyway, in the movie, they're showing Ryan Reynolds' gin, right? It's featured in the movie. She's making a dirty martini, and it's just out there for everyone to see. And I'm like, oh, okay. He obviously had some sort of influence in putting his gin in this in this movie, right? But there's always some sort of product placement going on. You know what I'm saying? It's very interesting. It's very interesting. That movie kind of makes sense as far as she's supposed to be super glamorous, and she's wearing everything she's wearing is high fashion and all that. But this movie, it's like it's so disconnected. It's so disjointed. Okay. Hold on, guys. Soon just said, people on set said because of her hair and trying to promote her hairline, she kept changing her hair every scene, so it might be really hard to refill or to refilm after ending, or hard to refill. What do you mean refill? Or am I reading that right? Did I correct it right? But that's wild too. If she was changing her hairstyle every time to promote her hair products, but then see, that's the thing. Were the hair products in the shots? Because I don't think everybody's going, oh my God, I love her hair. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, is she going like holding the product as she's doing her hair in the movie? Right? Maybe really hard to refilm after editing. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, if they were to reshoot things, it might be a little difficult. But like I said, it just doesn't make any sense. Sorry, reading your comments. Hold on. Starflower said Blake's reputation isn't good. She's known for being a diva. Even back before she was ever that famous, she was always snarky with interviews. Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing some of those interviews. I mean, ever since this whole thing came out, then you had that reporter that had a huge viral video where she resurfaced it, or put it back out and said, Blake Lively's being an absolute mean girl to her, with Parker Posey or something like that. And yeah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look, not at all. But at the same time, it's just interesting. Some of these stars really are so far up their own ass that they don't even know, they don't even have common decency for the people that they sit across from. You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you're just some little reporter and I'm a superstar. And then they treat you like trash. I've seen that and I've witnessed it and I've been victim of it a million times. Okay? It sucks. And then you're like, oh, I don't like you. Why are you successful? You don't deserve to be successful. People like you don't deserve to live that lap of luxury, that lap of success. If you're going to treat people like absolute garbage like that. You know what drives me crazy? I'm just going to say it. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine a couple of days ago, and I'm just going to say it because it makes me think of this. You know what drives me more than anything? It drives me crazy more than anything in the world? People who treat servers like absolute trash. Let me tell you, you got a server coming up to your table. You won't even look at them in the eye. You won't even address them because suddenly, because they're servers, they're less than you. I don't care how much money you got in your bank account. I don't care how much money or how expensive the clothes are on your back. You treat everybody with respect. But there are people out here that will go out of their way to talk down to people who are serving them their food. Real talk. It's the same thing as people who are reporters that are sitting down and talking to a celebrity, and they're like, oh, you're just here to serve something, or I'm doing you a favor, by sitting across from you. I'm the treat. And then they treat you like absolute trash. And that's the problem. Seeing those videos with Blake Lively acting the way she's acting, it's like she's talking to, like, treating somebody, a server at a restaurant, like absolute trash. You're lesser than me. You're serving my food. Go fetch my food. Oh, especially you don't want to be you don't want to. I hate sitting there and watching that when an order was messed up, or the steak wasn't exactly how you wanted it cooked. And that person will treat that person with absolute trash, like absolute trash, with absolute disdain. Like, this person stole your dog. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous to me, okay? I don't understand why people do that. There's a lot of people I've met in my past that do exactly like that. Instantly, like, you're nothing to me. So yeah, just tell me what the specials are. Yeah, those won't work. So can he do this, and this? Make that happen. Thank you. It's like, wow, you don't have to be an a-hole. By the way, she has control over your food. Just saying. So it's the same thing as this. When you're sitting down across from somebody, they're interviewing you. Sure, they're not Oprah. Fine, okay? They ain't Dr. Phil. They're not Joe Rogan. But at the same time, they also have control over the footage, and they can make you look like a complete jerk off if they wanted to. It's the power of the edit, everybody. It's the power of the edit. And you got somebody like her who, from those clips, not good. It's not good at all. So again, when we go over here and look at Justin Baldoni's apology, he said it within the first minute and a half. He could have been fine with that minute and a half, but he kept going for a whole 5 more minutes. I don't know what happened on the set that turned everything into what it turned into, because we hear this and it seems so odd that it would turn into a thing where now it's harassment. It's, he was talking about his addictions to adult films and showing me videos and showing me content that I shouldn't be seeing and all that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Unless he ended up getting full control over the movie, and she had such a problem with it that she said, F you, I'm going to make your life a living hell, and you're never going to work here in this town ever again. That's the only other thing I can think of outside of the Ryan Reynolds theory, which is, I saw chemistry, I saw sparks. I don't like that. Not one bit. You are not touching my wife. Hail to the no. And you're not never going to do anything in this town ever again, too. So again, what say you guys? Okay, let me get this. Gwen, Blake, Blake. Oh, what is it? Targaryen. Yes. Sorry, I haven't seen any Game of Thrones in so long, so it's like seeing that I'm like, but yes, Blake Targaryen is jealous that Emily and Justin are a better looking couple than her and B.I. Ryan. Wow, yeesh, golly, Hector. In Candace latest updates, she thinks Blake is a victim and Ryan is behind it all, basically humiliating her. That's why I say her updates matter. Well, if she really is a victim and she's being held against her will, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That part of that theory that Candace Owens put out, I don't know if I'm 110% with that. I think that she has a voice. I don't think that she's stuck not being able to say anything. I just don't see it. I truly think that she is poking the sleeping bear, which is Ryan Reynolds, and sitting back and letting him just do his thug thistle. I think it's like the two most popular people in high school that are dating each other, that are also mean girls. All right. Because we can't say the B word, unfortunately. And she's sitting back and going, go ahead, babe. Go ahead. Protect me. That's what I think. Because let's be real. She could have done something to stop this. This is on her too. This is her responsibility. She could have stepped forward and said, hey, babe, chill out. Stop. This is not helping anything. This is not helping you. This is definitely not helping me. And this is ruining another man's career. Let's not do this. Let's be better. Let's be better than this. She has the responsibility. She has the power of that as well. Because if Ryan Reynolds is doing all this on his own, she's sleeping right next to him, y'all. She is the mother of his children. He's not listening to his wife. She's really that cut off? I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think she's sitting back and she ain't saying nothing. She's like, let him do him. Go ahead. Go ahead. I should have been directing this. I should have been the writer of this. Me. No, we're going to teach him a lesson. Let's go. That's what it seems like, right? Deborah, thank you so much for the love. From Dailies, she said they don't look into each other's eyes. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird. Hector, yeah, I agree. I think Blake is also behind it, but Ryan is leading the attack, especially with those strange interviews. Yeah, those interviews were weird. Those interviews were weird, man. And again, I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's not funny. I'm sorry, that was not funny. I didn't think it was funny when I first saw it. I was like, why? What? I get it. He's got a lot of star power. He is Ryan Reynolds, but he's like, yeah, it's not every day you get to sit down and talk to the love interest of your wife's love interest in the new movie. Is that your ass? Like, you just do like low squats? Like, how do you get that to pop? Just explain that to me. It's amazing. Like, literally, I'm like, wait a second. What? Huh? Why is this happening? It's not even funny. And then even more when we, then he brings his mom in there. Like, it's so weird. And then they talk about his relationship with his dad and how I guess there was some unresolved problems. I guess that there were some issues that never were resolved. I was like, what is that? What does this have to do anything with the movie? What? It would have been funny just for like 2 seconds, but he went so far. And in my mind, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And then it's promoting the movie in the wrong way too. You understand that, right? The movie's about DV. The movie is about DV, y'all. And you got Ryan Reynolds cracking jokes with the other actor, asking him questions about what is it like to be the love interest in my wife's movie. Isn't that a little weird? Because now it gives off like, is this supposed to be a funny movie? Maybe this movie is funny. Huh? Because Ryan Reynolds is in here now cracking jokes about the love interest in his wife's movie. Oh, okay. Maybe it is a rom-com. Ah, funny. Can't wait to see this movie. And then you go see it and you're like, oh, damn, this has nothing to do with, this is not a rom-com. Oh, he just put his hands on her. Oh, my damn. So it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. And here's the other thing, too. If you really, really wanted to do a rom-com, then go make a rom-com. Right? Coping with the big C. When I was a cancer patient, I went to a film premiere with actors there, everyone in the same room, to put him on the basement to see film is crazy. Yes, I agree as well. Literally, he was in the basement of this doggone premiere with his family. To treat this guy like that is absolutely deplorable. The person that you went and co-created this movie and all that, and for him to be posing next to a stack of bottled water, it's beyond me. Like, you're nothing. You can go there. We're going to be up here. We're going to have a great time. You can stay downstairs with the bottled water. That's insane. That's insane. You know, I'm hoping at some point they do speak out, like Blake Lively or Ryan Reynolds or their team speaks out, because there's got to be some sort of clarity here. Because, you know, I'm going to be real. If this is at all, any way, shape, or form exactly how Candace Owens laid out, then this is shameful. On Ryan Reynolds' part, on Blake Lively's part, it's absolutely shameful. But I will also say this too. That also says how Hollywood really is. Sorry, not sorry. But also, if it's true, if what she said, if her theory is 110% true, which it could very well be true. I'm just going to keep it real. Could very well be true. It could be all fake news here too, though. Could just be a crazy theory. But I will say, if any of it is remotely true, shame on those two. But at the same time, I feel like this is exactly how Hollywood treats each other. This just got really extreme. Because again, they didn't want him on the red carpet. They didn't even want him to be seen. Then also on top of that, you got Hugh Jackman getting pulled into this mug. But I will say this though too. It's not like Hugh Jackman is on set or is in the room hearing any of this drama. All he's hearing is the stuff that his best friend Ryan Reynolds is telling him. So he's like, all right, all right, buddy, you need my help? I'll come through. I'll promote it. We'll come and promote it. It'll be great. We'll have a great time. And that's what he's doing. He's just being a good friend and listening to only his side and going, oh, that is ridiculous. But if you need me to come through and support and promote this movie, damn right, I'll come through. You're my best friend. I'll come through. I got you, buddy. He's really doing that? That's just disgusting. How dare he? Crikey. Shrimps on a barbie. You know what I mean? Because he's Australian. But he's holding it down for his friend. He may be completely innocent in this whole thing. Or he could be a complete jerk off too, which would be so sad because he's also a talented mother lover too. You know what I'm saying? What, like, it's like, when Will Smith went up and slapped the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth, right? That was shocking because you're like, damn, he's like, he's like the All-American, he's the Black Tom Cruise. You know what I'm saying? And then suddenly he does that. You're like, damn, I guess this man got a little fight left in him. It's very shocking. And then now we look at this situation and it's like, damn. Now he pulled in Wolverine? Wild, y'all. Just wild. Okay. And then on top of it, let's not forget, somebody just said it here too, Taylor Swift being put into this mother lover as well. Oh my God. with the world? Now T Swizzle is in this mug? And again, she may not know anything other than the script situation, and all she was doing was trying to be a supportive friend. That could also be true as well. Two things could be true at the same time, guys. But at the same time, this is very interesting, all right? Yeah, Gwen, you ain't wrong. Gwen, Hugh was done with Wolverine, and all of a sudden called Ryan and told him to write him in the movie. No, Hugh wanted to get ahead of his, I don't know if he wanted to get ahead of his cheating behavior. I think he was just kind of like, I want to make a serious bag. And he knew that if he did this movie and it was a different type of Wolverine, that it was going to be successful and he was going to make a bag. Let's be real. He got money for that movie for sure. He's like, fine, I'll wear the claws one more time. That's what I think. Because you also got to remember, fans have been begging for Wolverine and Deadpool to be in the same movie at the same time. People have been begging that for years. So he knew for a fact that if he was to wear the claws again as Wolverine, it was going to be a huge payday. And it ended up being a very, very big payday for him. Now he's on at Radio City Music Hall doing shows or something, Broadway, or doing jumping rope and crap. I mean, he can do whatever the hell he wants now. He's got enough money to just jump rope now on stage. That's literally what he's doing, jumping rope on stage. That's not even the joke, but because he's literally jumping rope on stage. Yeah. Why? I don't know. Don't even ask me. I don't know. It just was part of the news cycle today. Oh, look at him practicing his jumping rope, him jumping rope because he messed it up on stage the night before. I'm like, why is he jumping rope, though? Why? So Wolverine, surprised that he came in to help out, but that is one of his close friends. So maybe that's just what happened. You know what I mean? I'll come through. I'll support you, buddy. Whatever's going on between Blake and Justin, it's ridiculous, but I'm here to hold it down. I'm your friend. I'll come support her movie. I'm sure it's fantastic. That could be it too. Or he could have been like, that's really what's going on? Yeah, bury this mother effer. I'm right here with you, buddy. That could be it too. So I don't know. No, he's not still performing music, man. He's like doing a one-man show right now. That's what he's doing. He's doing some one-man show where he's jumping rope, playing the guitar and singing and acting and doing all this stuff in one show. I guess he really wanted to be a song and dance man, right? And do some big display of something. So that's what he's doing right now. So, but it is interesting that Taylor Swift is being dragged into this mug as well. Again, you got to remember, we don't know what these people are saying to their friends. It is a very good possibility that they're telling their side of the story and that's it. And their friends are taking it at face value and going, oh my gosh, that's what's going on? Wow, that's crazy, man. No, I'm here. I got your back no matter what. Without actually hearing all the facts. That does happen. Have you ever been in a breakup? Let's not forget. Has anybody been in a breakup with somebody? You've been with somebody for a long time, and then you guys break up, and then all of a sudden, friends split. The room suddenly gets split, and you get some of the friends, and they get some of the other friends. Suddenly, it turns into team them versus team you. You're telling your side of the story. The ex is telling their side of the story to their friends. You see what I'm saying? So it could very well be the same situation here too. So again, it's very interesting. What say you guys on this voicemail? I think it's very interesting. I think it's very telling. I think it's very revealing. And I'm interested to see what else is going to drop, because he even said in the voicemail that he has sent her other voice memos in the past. And I'm sure he has sent more memos to her even after this one right here. So that means he's got a treasure trove of text messages and voice memos that I'm sure he saved. But see, this is the other thing too, that I always wonder. Why did he save them? Did he know that this was about to go down? Did he know he was going to be in trouble? Or did he hold it as record just in case he had to present it to, to the higher ups? She's being very difficult. I have even tried to squash the beef with her. Here's a lot of these examples of me trying to make things cool between me and her. That could be it as well, right? So again, what say you guys? Team Justin? Team Blake? Do you think that this exonerates him even more or no? I think this is very revealing. I think that it shows us something. It doesn't show us everything, but it definitely shows us something. He really wanted to work with her. He really wanted to make this work. Now it's just a matter of time to see what else is going to drop. And maybe they're going to be dropping something tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But I'm telling you right now, I'm here for it. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really means a lot, all right? I appreciate you spending the time with me and watching the show. Again, on this late Monday night. Holy cow. So, but I'll be back tomorrow. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to be talking about a gang load of stuff. So be sure to be here for that talk. All right. But before you go, hit that like button down below, please and thank you. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, show some love. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button here on my main channel, this YouTube channel right here. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. It's fantastic. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Go over there. I'm sure you're going to love it. The Pascal Show Clips. All right. Go subscribe, please and thank you. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. And most definitely check out that PascalMerch.com. All right. Check it out. We got some really great stuff over there. You guys have a great night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay blessed. See you soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.